Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dissgruntled. I'm your host, Joplin Jayne. Hello. This is the podcast that turns personal grievances into a competition. In this episode, we have two very funny comedians. Please welcome Nan Cardosa from Virginia and Willie Will from Tennessee.
Well, hello.
That fancy Tennessee mansion background, that fireplace.
Oh yeah, it's a great illusion. You guys, there's only 17 rooms over there. It's just very small. You know.
Yeah. Where's the fire though?
Willie, you don't have an accent.
Oh what?
You don't have an accent. You live in Tennessee. Where's your
I don't have like a country accent.
No, I can't hear.
All right, that's okay. That's okay. I'm in. I'm going. You know that's a good thing.
Real quick, just say sweet tea, and we'll see how you say it.
Sweet tea. Is it sweet tea?
Nothing. Nan, did you hear it?
I heard nothing. I'm originally from Cali, and then that actually sounded like, a Northern California accent right there.
Hey, I got the hair for it, so we're just gonna.
Got the whole hippie hair thing going on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that can go anywhere and just fits right in with
That's
that.
Right.
So if you're just joining Dissgruntled Podcast for the first time, this is a competition of 2 rounds. And I award points after each round. And by the end, whoever has the most points is valid in their grievances, and everyone else is just sadly disgruntled. Round 1 is called Petty Rapid Fire. And this one is a lot of fun. We're going to start things off with Nan on this one.
I'm going to put my glasses on so I look smart. Smarter I look. I have my whole hot librarian thing going on right
now. You kind of do.
You got to give us a shh. Lay it down in there.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah, it fits.
Now do a sexy shh. What does that look like?
It's the tilt. It's the tilt. Yep.
And the mouth like kind of parting open. This has gone from a podcast to an OnlyFans. So in this round, each comedian has 2.5 minutes. And they are going to list off as many petty personal injustices or grievances that they have with the world as possible. The person to list the most gets 1 point, and the person with the funniest grievances gets 2 points. I'm going to time right here. Nan, whenever you're ready, you can take it away.
All right. When I'm at the treadmill at the gym and there's a row full of empty treadmills, but the gym goer has to go on the treadmill exactly next to me. And it's usually that guy with a big sweaty ass beard and the sweat's flying all over the place.
Yes.
Another grievance I have is when I'm running in a 5K, because I do a lot of 5Ks, and the race starts and I'm ready to start booking, but there's walkers directly in front of me, and it's usually those annoying ass women in those tutus, you know what I mean? And they're matching tutus, and they're taking selfies so that way they could post later on Facebook. Oh, look, I ran in a 5K. No, bitch, you didn't run in a 5K. You walked and you blocked me. Now, when people tell me, you look really good for a woman your age, you know what? That is not a compliment. I look good for a woman any age. There's women half my age that don't look this good. Now, when women leave their pee on the toilet seat in the public bathroom, when a woman does that, she's just completely dead to me at that point.
Yeah.
Now, I say this as an educator. This annoys educators. When parents drop their kids off at school wearing their pajamas, like they couldn't get up 5 extra minutes early just to put on some damn sweatpants, which leads me to my next grievance. When parents pick up their kids still wearing their pajamas. That's what they've been doing all day. Now, people who start GoFundMe fundraisers to pay for their crap. I'm not talking about a kidney transplant. I'm talking about shit like, a new couch, which I've seen before. Now, when my husband leaves his nose, ear, and facial hair trimmings in the sink, it is nasty. Just rinse it off. How difficult it is to do that with some water. And I cannot stand when divorced couples say that they still are best friends. Why? Call me old-fashioned, but I think when you get a divorce, you should hate your ex's guts. Now, when I'm at a comedy show or people find out I'm a stand-up comedian and they ask me, how does your husband feel about you doing that? Or my favorite. That's great that your husband is cool with this. You know what? I never see any male comedians being asked that question.
10 seconds.
Okay, last one. Putting the toilet paper on the roll the wrong way. Clearly, it goes on the front back. If you do it the other way, you are clearly a monster. All right.
Those were solid. Those are some solid grievances.
You rattled those off, Nan. You had 11.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow. That's like top of all time almost. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. And you had
Thank you.
sexy librarian glasses and
I'm not sure. On or off, guys. On or off.
I say like half and half, like maybe down on the nose. You know, perfect, just like that.
Oh, I can't even see how I look, to be honest.
I totally agree with you on the toilet paper thing. And I have done numerous polls on Twitter about this. It's just like people up or under, and like it's over. It's over. You put it over.
It's
not
over.
under.
Do you mean like that, or do you mean like this?
No, when it goes down like this, you know.
Roll down this way.
Oh no, I do the other way.
Oh, so does my husband. I think it's a guy thing, you know.
I saw the the toilet paper patent, and that's how it was drawn. So I was like, okay, if that's how it's supposed to be.
Was it drawn by a man?
I think the person that buys toilet paper.
Man, I think you're right.
Well, but the reality is, the majority of the time, when the toilet paper is out, my kids and my husband will just put it like on top of the toilet bowl. They don't bother to change it. So.
Oh yes, that's a whole nother third option.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother.
Let's talk about this though. Okay, so let's talk about Willie. I want to hear why you like it under. I like it over because when you do the tear, it just tears. But when it's under, when you do the tear, it grabs more than what you need, and it like takes the roll longer than what you want.
That's a big problem that I've had. I didn't know that it was fixable. So you guys might have just put it on. You know.
Wow, I've never ever in my life convinced someone so quickly of anything.
Yeah, you brought me over to your side. You guys did it.
We did.
Man, that was really good. You had 11. You came prepared. You were ready to go, and you had lots of passion. Well done, Nan.
Well, thank you.
Willie, are you ready to hit it?
I gotta really do a rapid if I gotta beat 11. So let's get it started.
Go.
All right. The older I get, the more I love khaki, and that's inappropriate. I'm tired of smart people because like I hang around idiots and I'm the smartest idiot of my idiots. But whenever I get around actual smart people, I say dumb smart shit like, hey, did you know baby back ribs are pigs, not baby cows? You know, and that's just embarrassing. I'm tired of people thinking that I sell shrooms. You know, I get at least 5 times a month. I get asked, hey, you got any shrooms? I'm tired of every time I meet an old bald guy, he wants to show me pictures of him young with long hair. And it's always like, hey, look, you have the same hair. And it's never the same hair. And the only way to get rid of them is for me to be like, oh my God, twinsies. And then he's just like, oh. But if he doubles down on twinsies, then you got to run. Because then you're locked in. Apparently, I'm a safe place for white guys that want to say the N-word. I'll be with them for 30 minutes, first time that I've met them. And they just come out the gate strong. And I just turn into like the penguins of Madagascar. I'm just like, smile and wave, boys. You know, just keep it rolling. It's terrible, true story. I hate that my first crush was Dora because I'm too scared to watch cartoon porn because I'm afraid I'll like it. I went to go manscape with my electric razor the other day and it has a guard on it, and I didn't know that my girlfriend had used it before me and dropped the guard all the way down to bald.
Oh no!
Now I have a bald spot on my dick and my dick looks middle-aged.
Oh my God!
You know, just this 40-year-old. It's terrible. One time I got so high I accidentally watched golf. It was violating. My first therapy session in 10 years, I rant for about 10 minutes, just telling her like my problems, my grievances, if you will. And she takes a long pause and goes, has anyone ever called you bitter? I'm tired of old people calling me a girl. I've had Rona 8 times. That's a true fact. That seems unfair. I hate when people fart in a hot box.
Oh.
It's like an astronaut suit. You know what I'm saying? So it's terrible. I hate that my girlfriend smacks my ass. Because I accidentally giggle every time that she does it. I'm just like, wait a minute, you know?
10 seconds.
I hate when people drool in the bong and don't tell you. Just give you that sloppy, and then you hit it and you're like, basically kiss your best friend. It's inappropriate.
Time. Damn. Willie. That was 15.
Oh, man.
Damn.
I got grievances.
That was really good. That was super, super good. I love that you're the smartest of the idiots. Like that's
Yeah, I'm king idiot, you know?
cartoon porn. You're afraid you'll like it. So, okay, hold on. Let's talk about the Dora crush. Like, how old were you and what did you feel about her?
I was like 3. I mean, guys, I watched porn for the first time when I was 5. It was an accident. I found my uncle's VHS tape and was like, oh, is this Rugrats? You know?
Oh!
So by the time I was 5, I was like, Dora. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that fueled crush. So that's why I'm so scared.
Wow. Damn. I hope you bring that up with your therapist.
I should have made that a grievance. I didn't even think.
God. Did your uncle know that you got into his porn?
Ever knew.
Well, to this day, he doesn't know.
To this day.
Wow.
Don't tell him. Told my
You're
mom.
gonna watch the podcast. Well, I'm telling you, you young people have it easy these days with this porn. All you have to do is go on your phone. Back in my day, you had to, go to the Blockbuster and go to that back room that said adults only, and then take that little walk of shame up to the counter. And hope.
Man, did you do that?
Did they judge you on what you watched?
Always went. It never failed. A long line forms behind you, and then that person checking you out, like in a really loud voice, goes, "Oh, 9021 Ho videos due back on Thursday."
9021 Ho is crazy.
Wow, that is why they went out of business. Porn shaming their customers.
That's exactly why.
Like, wasn't there like a curtain too? It was like a secret section with
It was in the back room. It was really dark. It said adults only, remember, in a neon light, XXX. And and it was really dark. And you like looking around, hoping no one who was watching to go in there.
This was at Blockbuster or like a local retail thing?
Blockbuster back in the day.
Wow.
Oh, damn. More like Cockbuster. Whoops.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh God, that's awesome. What else did I like? I mean, I totally would ask you to sell me shrooms. I'm just gonna be real with you, Willie. I mean,
I get it now. It's happened enough times. Maybe I should start. Don't tell your husband, but maybe I should. Maybe. I'll be like, hey, you got shrooms? I always pull them out of my hair. Here you go.
I mean, it's long enough. You could probably just grow them in there. So for our listeners who don't know, Nan's husband is, can I say no? Okay, never mind. That's how secretive and awesome it is. So you guys never know.
Nan's husband's a great understanding guy.
Yeah, he's a great understanding man. And he supports her very much.
Yes.
They're going to think he's like El Chapo now.
I'm here for it. Let's go with that.
Oh, God. Oh, the N-word thing. Oh my gosh.
My first shift with a manager, he was like out the gate. You know what I'm saying? And it's happened so many times. When it first started, I was like, okay, what do I do? Do I swing? Do I run? You know what I'm saying? But now it's happened enough times where
Oh, that's so not fair to put you in that situation. I mean, I feel like we all have a look to us. Whoever we are, every person has a look to us that makes people who like look like us feel safe with us. Like I lived in New York City for 8 years, and just something about my face makes everyone ask me for directions. Like everyone, like I'd be walking around Times Square, I'd be stopped a dozen times within like 5 blocks. I'm not kidding. Like
I could trust you with directions. I feel like if you told me like go right, I'm going right. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I got that wholesome Midwestern face where other wholesome Midwestern people would be like, you're our oracle. You know what I mean?
You know all the roads.
Nick, do you have like anybody who kind of feels comfortable with you in a way that takes no words?
Well, I mean, one of my jobs is I do personal training. I work at a gym. So like I hear everybody's business, like I usually know people like the first 5 minutes of meeting them. Like, do I really need to know about your marriage and your kids? And but they feel like we're cheap therapy for them.
Yep.
But I could totally relate to having that certain look. Even though I'm originally from California, people think I'm from like New Jersey. You know, for some reason they're like, you have that Jersey girl look. I guess with the curly hair and the,
That's
you
awesome.
know, I guess I have that classy broad Jersey thing going on, you know.
You would be the hottest
the
wife
Jersey
on The
part.
Sopranos. Like,
Yeah.
I can see you. I think what that is, I totally agree with them, and it's in a good reason. It's just like you kind of have that grit where you're like, yeah, she's real, and she'll like, she'll go to bat for you if you fuck with her type thing. You get that
Yeah.
vibe. It's a compliment.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You could have a briefcase full of money, and I could see it. Like if you like walk through with like goons, you know, I could see it.
Well,
Well,
I remember when I was
considering
living in Hawaii too. I was on the beach and, I had a hat and my full makeup and all that. And usually there, they're like very, low key lifestyle, very, and then my husband's looking at me. He's like, you look like you're from freaking New Jersey. You're the only woman here with makeup on her face. Your flip flops are coordinating with your damn bathing suit.
the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Hawaii edition.
Yeah, they do. They need to put the Real Housewives like in Hawaii somewhere. I think that.
Totally.
I feel like in the 80s, they loved taking their regular things and like putting them in like if it was set in New York or like California or Los Angeles or whatever, they'd be like, this cast in Australia hits Australia, or this cast hits Hawaii. Like they love to just plant them in another place and do the exact same thing with like different scenery.
I feel like it's an excuse to get all the cast together for a vacation, you know?
I'm for that.
To Hawaii, you know?
I totally get that. Okay. So adjudication. Willie had the most. So that's gonna be 1 point for Willie. Way to go, Willie. And for the funniest, I gotta give that to Willie too, man. The bald dick thing. That's nice to know that you're sitting there in front of the fireplace with a bald dick.
Thank you. Yeah, bits rough.
Oh, I can't get out of my head. Yeah.
Sexy librarian, bald dick. Like we already have
yeah, we're quite the bunch. Yeah.
The title makes it so.
Great porn search terms already.
Oh god.
We're making masterpieces out here.
All right. So the score is 3-0, but Nan, you still have a chance to come in and win this.
I like the Family Feud. It's anyone's game.
100%. Because if it's a tie, I do have a tiebreaker. I don't know if you guys have watched the episode. So there is a tiebreaker, Nan. You still have a chance to win this. So
okay.
You're still in the game. So now we're going to go to our final round. This one is called WTF Story Time. And we're going to start things off with Willie this time. In this round, comedians are going to tell a story about the worst grievance that has ever happened to them. Whoever has the best grievance gets 1 point, and whoever tells the funniest grievance gets 2 points. Comedians are going to have 5 minutes or less to tell their story. Willie, take it away whenever you're ready.
All right, guys. It's a pretty big one, so let's mellow down. Sorry to bring the mood down, but when I was in middle school, just all my buddies, they were trying this thing, and I didn't want to fall into peer pressure. They say it's a gateway, you know. But just one time when I was in middle school, I tried to suck my own dick. I don't know if you guys ever tried that. Listen. I listen. That Marilyn Manson like a little rib myth got to us, you know. And so I did. I tried, but I learned something. Like sucking your own dick is a lot more like sucking a dick than it is getting your dick sucked. You know, you're just like, oh, that's salty, you know. But this is where the grievance comes in. I'm an idiot and I forgot to lock the door at my auntie's house.
No.
So my auntie walked in and caught me trying to suck my own dick, and it was nothing like a porno. She wasn't just like, oh, let me help you with that. Like, she was all like, Jessica, your son's trying to suck his own, like, snitched immediately. He's trying to suck his own dick in here. And all throughout the house, my cousins heard, and that's the worst reason to get grounded for 3 months. You know? Like, I never lived that down. My cousins were like, what? He was doing what? That's why he's been in there for so long? Anyway, but no, my buddies, they would come to the house afterwards. This is a different group of buddies, the ones that weren't pushing dick sucking. And they were like, hey, bro, like, why can't you come out? Like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, man, I tried to kill myself, you know? But my mom heard me from the back, And she was like, no, I caught him trying to suck his own dick.
No.
I was like, damn, Ma, why you gotta blow my spot like that? Like maybe if Auntie had blew my spot, we wouldn't be having this anyways. But that is I never lived it down. I got reminded all the time. But like once you like get like with the bros and it's like if you're smoking a little bit, you're drinking a little bit, and you're like, all right, how many of you guys have sucked your own dick? You'd be surprised. Like I am not alone. And it's usually the white guys, I'm not gonna lie. It is. But that is my grievance. I don't need the whole 5 minutes. It's traumatic enough.
That was very good.
Wow.
First of all, I commend your honesty. I can't like you really, really blew up your own spot. And in addition to your dick, you blew up that too.
Yep.
I love how you would prefer people think that you killed yourself, tried to kill yourself over than trying to.
That's better. I mean, hey, you got to protect that rep. You know what I'm saying? That reputation.
Oh my God.
Would you rather be depressed or sucking your own dick? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would pick depressed.
Yeah.
I would pick that. I do wonder, is this just like men who do this, or do women like do their own weird shit? Like, is it like Mean Girls where like they make out with a hot dog, which originally in the script, Tina Fey wrote that she shoved a hot dog up her pussy. But like, I mean, is that
Mean Girls just...
like, I
craziest shit I did in middle school was make out with my pillow because I was a late bloomer. I didn't like French kiss until later on, and then I didn't know what to do. So then I'd be like with my pillow, French kissing my pillow. But I do have to add, as a mother of 3, I taught my son to lock his door, and I told my husband to teach my son to lock his door if he wanted to do so.
It's my fault for sure.
Because I'm like, out of sight, out of mind. I don't have to think about my son doing that.
Okay, yeah. So I have more questions about this. Were you able to do it? Are you flexible? Were you able to reach it?
I was, guys. I did get a little. It was one time, I promise. In Workaholics, there's a whole scene where like one of their grown ass like coworker men like tried it, and they're like one of them was like, "Man, you got to teach me how." He's like, "That's a dark path to go down," And then it comes to like them that night, just like they all 3 broke their backs at the same time, like blew their back out trying to try it. Yeah, it's not. But I was young. I was flexible. Yeah, it was. Yep, it happened.
Wow. I kind of like, and the fact that it was so dissatisfying, that you risked it all for nothing, that's the tragedy of it, Shakespearean almost. There's the rub.
I still think that like my buddies, I don't think that any of my buddies at the time have like tried it. I think they like, because I had also been tricked into stapling my finger that same year. Because my buddy was like, yeah, I did it. And I was like, oh. And I was like, oh, that actually hurt. He was like, I was just kidding. So
no.
I was friends with dickheads. That's what that means.
You were friends with dick mouths also.
Dick mouth. Yep.
Dude, I totally understand why it didn't feel good. Because I've heard that before. I've heard guys talk about this before, and they always say it doesn't feel good. It feels more like sucking a dick than having a dick sucked.
It was not fun.
I mean, and all the repercussions obviously weren't fun too, but it reminds me like if you try to tickle yourself, it doesn't work.
Yep, it doesn't work.
Not at all. Like you're expecting it, so you feel nothing. That was pretty good. Man.
Wow. I'm not sure how I go on after that. I should just log
out. Man, the key is to lie. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's just end this now.
As long as you talk about your dick, that's the trick.
No, but I'm going to be talking about a different thing.
Oh. Okay. I feel tantalized. Okay, whenever you're ready, Nan, take it away.
All right, so here's the thing. I have been married, it's going to be 25 years this year to my husband. And then my injustice, well, thank you. My injustice has to do with the fact back in my single days. So 25 years is a long time to be married to the same man. And I'm not going to lie, there have been times and I thought to myself, what would it be like to be single again? And I'll do fairness to my husband. I'm sure there have been times where, he's on I-95 stuck in traffic coming home and he says to himself, fuck, I got to go home to her, But whenever I get to these moments where I think stuff like that, I'm like, I am thankful I am not single because I just remember this story I'm about to share with you guys. So The last time I dated was back in the 90s. So like the early and mid 90s. So it's been a while. And then I met this guy at the gym because, back then that's how you met. You met at the gym, you met at bars. There's no online dating or anything. And then this guy, give him my phone number, another thing. That's what you did. You talked on the phone. There was no texting or anything like that. And I felt comfortable enough with this guy where he asked me out on a date. And I said, sure. And he came to my house and he picked me up. And again, men picked women up back then. I took them out. And then we go out to dinner and then everything's fine. I have, there's no red flags. We're having a great time. And, he pays for dinner. Again, that's what men did. They've actually paid for dinner. And then he takes me home. And then I'm comfortable enough with this guy where I'm like, oh, do you want to come in, and have a drink? And he said, oh, yeah, sure. I didn't feel unsafe because my roommate's home. Her boyfriend's there with her. So we come in and he asks to go to the bathroom. And while he's in the bathroom, I'm, pouring us a couple of drinks. And I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. At this point, I'm starting to freak out. I'm like, this guy's been in my bathroom a really long ass time. So he's either taking a crap or he's masturbating. I don't know what the hell he's doing in there. So he finally comes out of the bathroom and I hand him his glass of wine and he leans in and he kisses me. And I'm a little taken back. I go back because he has a smell on his face. And it took me a few seconds to realize what the smell was. But when I did, I completely freaked out. It was the smell of my vagina. Yes. This guy had gone into my bathroom and put my panties on his face and sniffed my panties. I want to be really careful about what I was going to do next because this guy knew where I lived. So, I paused. I'm like, okay, stay calm. And then so I looked at him. I said, you know what? I really have to call this an early night. Oh God, I'm waking up early tomorrow. I have an appointment with my gynecologist. I have a really bad infection that I need to take care of. So he laughed and I never heard from him again. That's it.
Good. That's crazy. That is.
Man, you know what I love? Even back then, you were you knew how to button up a story with a punchline. You were like,
Yeah.
yeast infection, but cha.
Yeah, rub my panties in your face, see what you're gonna get now.
Wow. I thought it was gonna be some sort of there's something about Mary moment where he has his own jizz on his face.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
He probably did at that point.
No, that's horrifying.
That's why I'm glad I can't even imagine being single these days and what is out there.
Yeah, that was so bad. So wait, did you have a dirty hamper in your bathroom?
Yeah, well, I don't know where you keep your dirty hamper. I always kept mine in my bathroom. So
how long was he in there?
I swear it must have been about 10 minutes. It was a while. Yeah.
That's too long for just one pair. He was digging. He picked up.
He was, and then it was also my roommate's bathroom. So who knows? I mean, he probably had hers on his face.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was covered from head to toe, just laying.
Okay. I have to, you must be you are hot now. Holy fuck, girl.
So, what's crazy too is, back in those days, you're so insecure about yourself. And I look at my pictures, I'm like, why was I so insecure? I look so damn good. You know what I mean? And now I have more confidence, even though, I'm 51. I'm getting ready to be 50 and below. Look at this.
Amazing, Nan. Yes, applaud, Nan.
I don't know what it was back then. I just attracted this,
Wow.
Oh, the panty sniffers. That's what
Nan.
Nan.
Panty sniffers.
Some women are so beautiful that they make men lose their minds, and Nan, clearly that was you.
Nowadays, the version of that would be someone my age, selling those panties on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So, is it better? Is it worse? I don't know.
Exactly. You know what? I really want to applaud you on how you turned that to, from a very potentially dangerous situation where he knows where you live and he clearly is sexually obsessed with you to the point of behaving erratically and irrationally, you flipped it around on its head and like completely made it so he never wanted to contact you again and made you safe. Like, that's so smart, man.
And then I was a little worried about running into him at the gym, but I never did either. So which was a good thing. It was just like one of those random things. I met him in the morning because I always worked out in the morning, but he usually worked out at night. But he just happened to have the day off, so that's how I happened to meet him. But back to working out at night.
You definitely set it up.
That was so good. That was so fucking good. Ah, fuck, dude. Damn, that was good. Okay, this is really tough now. Best one does go to Nan. That was very horrifying. Horrifying. Funniest, I have to give to Willie because that was funny. You sucking your own dick.
Yeah. It's universally hilarious. That's
So funny. Like, I mean, and Nan, yours was more of like when you watched Dateline and you watched the woman not become a victim. You know what I mean? Like, it was a Dateline situation and the woman is like a heroine. And you're like, damn, I wish I had that ability to think that fast. I wish I had that sort of grit. Oh, fuck, that was so good. Okay, that does mean Willie wins it. Yay, Willie!
Yes, we did it.
Congratulations.
I am valid.
Very good, very good. You know, Nan, I don't think you're disgruntled. You know, sorry to like fuck up the concept of my podcast.
Right.
Your story was so freaking good that like I just have to give you props for that. That was amazing. Like, I've never had that reaction on this podcast. I was screaming, Nan. Holy shit. And also, okay, so anybody listening to the podcast, she's 51 years old and she looks like she's in her 30s. So I just want everyone to know that. Like, Willie, am I right? She looks amazing.
No, I didn't know if it was appropriate for me to say that, but yes, you do look like you're in your like 30s.
Oh, well, thank you.
You do, truly. And Willie, thank you for being so candid with what happened with the dick sucking. I've never met a man like verbalize and talk about the fact that he tried to suck his own dick. It's always been like anonymously online, people talking about it in like a Reddit thread or something. Like, no one's ever had the balls like you did.
Hey, representation matters. I will lead this fight. You know what I'm saying?
Willie Will, the face of self-flat dick sucking.
Don't say that.
Bro, get a sponsorship. It's out there, man.
Okay. Whatever it takes.
So this is where we play the amazing music. I want to say thank you to all of the comics, Willie Will and Nan Cardosa. Thank you. This was such a fun podcast. Like, your stories were great. Everyone showed up so well prepared, rattling stuff off. This was probably like the best run episode. Like, you guys were awesome. I really appreciate you. Well done. Everybody listening to the podcast, please check them out. Clearly, they're very funny. You'll never know what Nan's husband does, but let's just pretend it's El Chapo. Thank you, audience, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We have new episodes every Wednesday. You can find them on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And until next time, have a wonderful week. Let me redo that. This is like an imperfect podcast. Until next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.